Hey you all, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And welcome back to Food for Thought Tuesdays. Today I want to talk about looking for the positive in every negative situation. Which I know at the time things happen, it's really hard to do. But if you can, when something happens, when you can just sit for a minute, breathe in and out, and try to focus on something positive that happened in whatever situation that just occurred. Because trust me, there's always something good in it. There's always, even if it's a lesson, there's a lot of lessons that come out of things that we don't realize that we had to learn. I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe the universe or source or God, whichever you prefer to call it, does things and redirects us places that are going to benefit us. At the time, we don't realize it. We just think, oh my goodness, this is happening. Why did this happen to me? But a lot of times it could be a lesson that we need to be taught. And we have to look at that positive thing, even if it's the smallest minute detail of that event. We could learn something out of that to do something differently. It could be maybe you were going somewhere and you lost your keys, or something prolonged you from leaving at that time or something. Instead of getting upset, which I have learned to do, not freak out. Oh my God, where is this? Why is this happening and stuff? I've learned to understand that maybe the universe, source, God, was protecting me from maybe a car accident. Something happening on the road at that time or at that place. There could have been a shootout at that place at that particular time if I had left on time. So I have to look at everything from a different perspective. And like I said, I am getting a lot better at understanding why things are happening. Maybe not at the time, and you may never realize it, but that's okay. Just you understanding that everything does happen for a reason, and you are redirected or stopped or paused for a reason. So everything has a positive outcome if you look hard enough. It's really hard. Like with this past accident, I was kind of a little depressed. I'm like, oh my God, I just lost my only transportation and stuff, especially, all my stuff was going to be in it. But as time went on, I sat and breathed a little bit. I looked within. I meditated. And I began to, for me, understand maybe I got into that car accident because I was not supposed to be in that car while living the nomad, the gypsy life. I needed a bigger vehicle. I needed my SUV, to put my stuff in, to be more comfortable and stuff. So I had to look at that. And then the other part of it was the person that hit me did not, her insurance just lapsed. And, they weren't even sure where she was. She was, I believe, an immigrant. She didn't have a license. I mean, it was just a whole mess, the person that hit me. So, yeah, I didn't get no money. I didn't get any reimbursement out of it. But you know something? I've had a lot of money problems the last year and a half. And I was spending money, well, probably the last 2 years. I was spending money I had no business spending. So again, I had to think, why would this happen? I don't have no karma that I can think of. I am a good person. I do good deeds and stuff. I don't believe I would have any karma that would come back on me to do this. So I had to think, well, maybe it's teaching me a lesson about money. Stop spending money on useless stuff. Like just things you need, things you want to do. Grandkids, that's different. But just, you gotta have a little pocket money. You know what I mean? You gotta be a little frugal with your money to some degree. So I think maybe that was the lesson in it. I don't know. This is just how I have to look at that situation. But it made a difference on my whole perception of it. I wasn't mad anymore, and I wasn't blaming why me, why this, why this happened to me all the time. It takes me out of that bad place, that bad headspace, and it brings me to peace once I understand why things could happen. It really does, believe it or not. Looking for a positive in every negative can change your mood, your outlook, and everything. So let me know in the comments if you feel that's a good way to look at things. I don't know. I feel it's my peace of mind. And sometimes I do need that lesson, and that's okay. But I hope you guys enjoyed the talk, and try it out. If you have not tried it out, try it out. And I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.